Tony D and Little Joe with a screenwriter's rant on Chloe, a TV series from Prime, which looks pretty good, about a woman who investigates the death of a former friend who she was following online. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 8. I'm editing book 9. Excuse me, I just ate. I'm editing book 9 as we speak. Not as we speak. I'm not speaking to you simultaneously as this is airing. This isn't a live stream, but you know what I'm saying. Anyhow, so this woman, I don't know her name, but her friend's name was Chloe, and they were friends growing up, and then they drifted apart, and she kind of followed her online and kept tabs on her, as people do in this day and age. So after she dies, she kind of gets the bug to find out what happened, right? So she ingratiates herself amongst her former friends, and basically starts an investigation. And this is her husband or widower, and I'm doing a thing, Joe. And talks to her former friends, and she starts having vision. Joe, you know, the whole flow is ruined now. I know. So she talks to her former friends and colleagues, and basically just sort of invades their life in order to satiate her own curiosity. But of course, since this is a TV series, and probably you'd call it a mystery series, she finds out there's more to it. And as she digs, she gets closer to the truth. People get suspicious of her, and she kind of digs herself a hole, as the character says in the narration. So it's not a bad premise. Starts June 24th. Here it is. Becky is her name. Becky's lonely life is nothing like Chloe's charmed one-time teenage friends. She now only watches Chloe through social media. When Chloe dies, suddenly Becky assumes a new identity. Oh, she really goes for it. And infiltrates the lives of Chloe's friends to find out why. As Sasha, she discovers the conflicting faces of Chloe, but increasingly lost in her lies. Will she uncover the truth before she loses herself? So, yeah, that's... I'm not sure why she would lie. Like, why would she need to make up a lie? Because it would be natural for someone to be curious of that, especially if you had a former, childhood friend, I guess you'd call it. Right? I think we could all sort of relate to that a little bit. You'd be curious at the very least, and just say, oh, I knew her. But she lies to ingratiate herself, I guess. Not quite sure why. But still a pretty solid premise. Ugh, dog's face. Still a pretty solid premise, I would say. Because you have that past that she's drawing from, but you also have, thank you, you also have the time she missed with Chloe, and the time, like, her watching her, watching her on social media, and sort of developing in her head what Chloe's about, but not really knowing her all that well, but kind of. So there's a lot of layers to it. So that's why I think it's kind of interesting. It feels an awful lot like a BBC program. Excuse me a sec, doggy. It feels very much like a BBC program. I wonder if it is. Doesn't say in the trailer. But, a lot of you out there got Amazon Prime like me. Seems solid enough premise. Acting seems good. The actors are a little young. I would think an older cast might pull this off slightly better. No offense to them. But, yeah. Yeah. I mean, because they were teenage friends. But even if they were older, I think that premise would still work. I think it's a solid premise to go with. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't really break it down in acts, but, the beginning of this series will be establishing her and her real life. She sees her friend die, her former friend, and then slowly she starts to ramp up her efforts to get closer to find out why. Eventually, she has a few near misses as the lies ramp up, climaxing probably at the end of the series with her being exposed. Right? Her being exposed, the friends realize she's been lying the whole time, and they would maybe rightly even claim, oh, maybe she killed her. Right? So, and rightly calling the cops. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. I kind of like it. Yeah, I kind of like it. I think it could be good. So Chloe on Prime Video, June 24th, and that's it for me, Tony D, and Squirmy Little Joan, who can't stop squirming. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. There's a Hollywoke hot take and a news blast. We'll see you in the next one.